Right, so I'm about to go do chores, and we had a little bit of a surprise snow, so I'm gonna try this blower. It's got a lot of power, and I'm gonna see if I can blow all the feeder tubs out and stuff. It might just make it a little easier. I don't know. Probably won't make a difference, but I'm gonna try it. We've got a couple cats in here. One's real friendly. That one. The other one took off. Oh, there she's hiding up in the above that stall there. All right. So yeah, we got a kind of surprise snow last night. I think there was a little chance of it, but woke up this morning and there's probably a good 3 inches on the ground. So I'll get my grain. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, so I'm gonna try this blower. See if I could just blow the snow out of the buckets. Not that it's a big deal to tip them over. And no, it's not gonna work. It's too wet of snow. Oh, I guess it kind of works. It blows it in your face, so. Yeah, not like I thought. I will just leave this here. It's kind of a wet snow, so it's not gonna work very good. It's all right. I cannot forget that. Hold on. Just hold on, guys. For you. For you. I think we need to get him some more hay out here. That bell ring's about gone. That one's got a little bit in it, but I might start you guys water. Hold on here. Hold on, sis. Be patient. Huh? That's for the little one. That's for the little one. Let's see, what do we got for snow? A little bit. Kind of more slush than anything. There you go. And I'll give you guys some alfalfa. I left that alfalfa out last night not knowing it was going to snow. Thought, what are the chances? It's going to be fine. It's not going to do anything. Oops. Oh well. Nice snow. About 3 inches of pretty wet snow. And we didn't get wind, which is very rare to get snow and no wind. It only happens maybe a couple times a winter. And this is actually the second time it's happened so far. Out of 3 snows, it's probably 2 snows with no wind. Both about 2 to 3 inches of snow, not very much. But it sure is nice to have it without the wind. Need to refill my bucket. And I will go feed the we got a couple yearlings out here. And then a couple babysitters. Now horses, you gotta give me some space here. Gotta give me some space. Clark, you can come up to this one. Yeah, I gotta remember, I gotta go turn this one off. Almost would have had myself a little overflow. And this is not the time of year to be doing that. Because it could possibly just be a sheet of ice all winter long. Looks like I went over a little bit, but that's all right. Yeah, I went over. Yeah, it should be all right. Here this next week, we're gonna wean these colts, move them around, get them on the back side of the barn there so we could bring them in to a stall and easily and start halter braking them. Look at that horse trying to reach through the bucket on the other side, and he's getting it done. Oh, wonder why they're so hard on our buckets. I swear, if anyone knows of a bucket, you saw what these buckets were. If anyone knows of a long-lasting bucket, let me know. Because it seems like maybe you get, it depends on the horse, but maybe you get 6 months out of a bucket before they push on it or do whatever, and it either cracks the bottom or it bends the handle. Got my blower. Here, kitty, kitty. I almost forgot, I gotta go feed the fats. Ooh, dark. That helps a little bit. There you go. What are you doing? Come on, Mom. I'm not going to do anything to you. Good on water. Good on hay. Hey, well now I'm done. I almost forgot about the fats. I kind of often do that. Hey, comment if you would like a barn tour sometime. Sure, do it. It's kind of, the old barn's got pretty cool history. Recently had it halfway renovated. It was leaning pretty bad for us. That north wind was pushing the whole building over and knocked the bottom off the foundation. And we had that fixed up. So maybe we can get another 100 years out of it. Had the roof tinned, painted. Our next step is possibly next time we need to have it painted is just to tin the outside too. But leave a comment if you want me to do a little bit of a barn tour. It's kind of neat. While I'm out cruising around, I'm gonna go and see where these cows are right now. It looks like they just stayed out here. I don't know if that little bit of snow or something would maybe push them out to the hills, but there's really no wind with it, so didn't really move them around from where they were yesterday. And it does kind of look like they're all right here. They had a little bit of hay to eat on. When our calves were out here, we went ahead and fed them a bale just to kind of keep them happy. I can't remember if we had some weather come through or not, but we just use it as more or less gauge hay. I mean, if they sit on the hay and they eat it down to nothing pretty quick, then that just tells me they're done with grazing, and they really didn't hit it very hard, so we let them graze here a little longer, and then we moved them to another meadow, which is back around the corner over there. And these cows, they were right next to the gate yesterday, and I even drove through it, and they did not register that they can go through there. So they've been hanging out here, and they know that they could be out in these hills. We actually kicked them out in the hills first and then opened up our gates onto the meadow. I did not keep them out there because there's a solar up in the hill and it's broke and it needs to be fixed, and I don't want these cows walking around in that tank. The tank's empty. I don't think they would, but if they did, they could poke a hole in that plastic in the bottom and cause problems. So that's why I gave them both, is to keep them away from that solar. And they haven't even made it up there yet. So these are the cows. These are our early calving cows. Our second group of early calving cows. Our first group is down east, still grazing. They're the group that's probably closest to needing the hay. I'm really thinking about, I usually try to start feeding them between Christmas and New Year's, right in that week there. But I'm kind of thinking we might have to start them a little earlier. This group should be good for a while, and then we can move them down there. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it yet, but it's something that's probably going to happen, is we're going to start feeding that other group. But These are, and they're all different ages. There's anywhere from 3-year-olds in here to 15-year-olds, you know. Not many of the 15-year-olds anymore, but there are some in here. I believe this red one right in front of us with the walking away with the half horns, she's an older cow. Right over there. And they're just kind of, they look pretty good. I'm like I say, they've been sticking out on this meadow, and it's been pretty well grazed. This snow, I'm not too worried about them. It's not very deep. They could dig through it, no problem. Our cows kind of work for it until we start feeding them hay, you know. And we're just trying to hold off on feeding them hay for a while, as long as we can. Because once we start, we feed them till green grass, till they go out to pasture in the summer, after branding and everything, you know. So just try to hold off as long as possible if we can. And it's usually weather that starts it for us. Either a really cold snap or snow, or both. So I don't know, we'll see. The forecast looks pretty good. There's maybe a little snow coming here in a couple days, but I don't think it's supposed to be much. And then the next week, it actually heats up quite a bit. It's supposed to be in the 40s and maybe even up to 50 a couple days. So we'll see if we can get through that week, and then maybe we'll start feeding. I just don't know yet. We need to bring our heifers from our south pasture. They're out there grazing some summer range that we kind of relied on throughout the summer, and so we always take them down there to graze, and they'll be coming back here shortly, and we'll be putting tags in their ears, and then and we'll start taking them and feeding them hay. So that's another thing that's kind of on the schedule in the next couple weeks. I haven't really set a date for when that's going to happen, but I'll try to keep everyone posted and just keep watching my channel, and you'll get to see kind of how we do things this time of year out here in the sand hills.